Okay, so you might not know this, but Temari is actually one of my favorite female characters from Naruto, that is, besides Gurren. But I guess apparently this is something I didn't know. I guess a lot of the Naruto community doesn't like Gurren, and they didn't really like the filler arc with her, so let me know in the comments, why do y'all hate Gurren? I actually like her. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about Temari. She has been announced as the 30th DLC coming to Shinobi Striker. So I'm also going to have some timestamps in the comments. If you don't really want to hear me talking about Temari and what she can do, then you can skip ahead and just see what effect this DLC is going to have on Season 5 of Shinobi Striker. But if this is some content you think you might be interested in, stay tuned to the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications if you've been here before, and let's go ahead and hop into this content.
Just to lay out your own domain. Wait, so that was the best you can do, Austin. 息がくせえ。
So, a lot of people are like, why are we getting Temari? What legacy does she have? Well, don't worry, I'm here to inform you. And you need to know, I mean, honestly, Temari is one of the more stronger female characters we had in Naruto when it just comes, just being an all-around, just a badass female character. She wasn't your typical type female that was weak, always having to be saved. I feel like they wrote Temari very well in the show. But some things you need to know about her. She was the oldest child of the 4th Kazekage, her younger brothers Gaara and Kankuro. She actually very well could have inherited the One Tails, but she was not compatible, her or Kankuro. That's why Gaara was able to receive the One Tails. But some feat that you need to know, so you can understand how she has a legacy. After the war arc, she was known as one of the strongest wind style users besides Naruto. She was able to single-handedly, without no effort, low difficulty, defeat Tayuya during the Sasuke retrieval arc, one of the Sound 4, and then she was also able to wound the 3rd Raikage, which you know that he reinforced his body with electricity, and literally the only way that the 3rd Raikage died was from him actually hitting himself. So the fact that she was able to pierce his armor with her wind style, I mean, these feats alone should just let you know how powerful Temari is. But we're not getting the War Arc or the Naruto Shippuden version. We're getting the OG Naruto version of Temari, but I do feel like she can still bring some great things to the game. So when we start off with the weapon that Temari is going to bring into the game, we're going to be getting her Scythe. Well, not her Scythe, her fan. And if you don't know, her fan, the way that it works, it gets stronger with each star, which is actually a circle, but she calls them stars, whenever each star on the fan is revealed. So as far as what they could do with the weapon, it hasn't really been released what type of weapon it's going to be, but it makes sense that they made it a range type instead of a defense type. And maybe whenever you do the heavy attack, maybe it just sends out like a miniature wind scythe attack, to where you can, if you just keep spamming the Y or the triangle button, you throw out the wind scythe, and maybe they get a unique combo that actually throws in some tornadoes, because when you see the actual fan for the defense types, there's no really like tornadoes in the action moves. So if they can maybe give this weapon a unique move set, kind of like how they did with Madara's staff, that'd be pretty cool. But make it for range types, and whenever you do the heavy attack, this is going to allow you to, for the range types, it's going to allow you to do like a wind scythe action. So the first jutsu that we're going to be talking about is her Kiri Kiri Mai, or also the Summoning Dance Blade. If you remember from OG Naruto, she was able to summon this, and basically it allows her to enhance and increase the strength of her wind jutsu, and they can, attack in unison. In the game, according to these translations, shout out to him for this, according to the translations, what this jutsu is going to do, it's going to latch onto your opponent and it's going to damage them over time. It disables healing, and it also prevents ally buffs. So I feel like this is going to be very well with, taking out healers, or maybe, if you're trying to actually target one person and take them out, this is going to, prevent those buffs and those status alignment boosts and stuff like that. My only question is, how is this actually going to activate? What's the range going to be? Is it going to be like you have to strike them and then the summoning jumps on them, or is it just going to be the summoning jumps on you? What's the tracking going to be with this jutsu? I'm very interested, but it's something different, and this is why I wanted to get a different character besides just getting a reskin of Obito. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm happy we're not getting Jubito. I'm happy for Temari. I'm happy that we're getting different characters because this allows them to get more creative with jutsus. Everybody's wanting these reskins, but you gotta realize if we're getting characters like Shino and Kiba and, you know, I mean, even Tenten, they can be more creative with these jutsus, and we won't just get copy and paste jutsus. We won't get our 4th Rasengan. So her second jutsu is going to be the Wind Scythe, Wind Tornadoes, and basically what this does is, you know, you summon the tornadoes and it acts like a wall and it launches tornadoes, and the user can bounce on top of the tornadoes. So I'm really curious how this is going to work. Are the tornadoes just going to pop up in front of you, or are the tornadoes going to move towards the opponent? How fast are these tornadoes going to be? Because that's going to be, like, you know, a very key thing, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. And also, I'm already thinking about counters for these tornadoes. So truthfully, in the show, Temari's wind style was able to, you know, reflect some jutsu, and it was able to reflect ninja tools. So in Shinobi Striker, no ninja tools should be going through these wind tornadoes, the Wind Scythe. And I'm just curious what type of jutsus are going to be able to overpower this. As we know in Naruto, fire amplifies wind. So, no, wind amplifies fire. So I'm already believing that this jutsu is going to get overpowered by maybe stuff like Majestic and maybe even Dragon Flame Bomb. But I'm just curious how they're going to do this and what things are they not going to allow to get through this wind wall. And then lastly, we talk about her ult, which is going to be the Wind Style Great Task of the Dragon. So by the way it looks, what I would want this jutsu to do, since she's a range type, I would hope that it's not just something like the Bomb Flame Dance that you get from Obito. I would like it if this could maybe be a combination of Vapor Solid Fog Mist and Karma Linchpin. And what I mean by this, whenever you maybe you create like a wind tornado, like a gust wind tornado that kind of entraps them in this area that's pulling the opponents in, so they got to kind of actually work to get out of the wind tornado. But while you're in the wind tornado, the scythes are slicing you up while you're in there, so you're taking damage, but it also pulls opponents in. I feel like this would be very well, like, you know, pretty cool to actually be able to combo other ultimates with. But by the way it looks in the picture, it might very well just be like a quick activation, something like the Bomb Flame Dance. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but you know, Obito's ultimate. So these are kind of like some predictions, or maybe if it doesn't happen at the launch of the DLC, these are some changes that I'd like to see just from already getting the idea what these jutsus are going to be like. So this is kind of like my wish list. One thing I'm hoping that these jutsus have good tracking and that they are not slow, because if you see the Wind Release Bullet, the Wind Style Vanishing Rasengan, it's not Wind Style, but you know, the Vanishing Rasengan, the Rasen Shuriken, the only one that really, you know, you can actually really hit somebody with is the Great Breach, but the tracking on that is so horrible. The wind jutsu in this game are not good, and I'm hoping that Temari can change that. Hopefully the tracking and hopefully the quickness, because if it moves at the speed of the Wind Release Bullet, my lord, it's going to be bad. And another thing also that we need to say, I think that the range types need to have some more jutsu that, you know, can take away substitutions and also break guards. The range types don't really have a lot of jutsus that take substitutions. When you look at attack types, they have Octo Hug, they have Uchiha Style Halo Dance. When you look at the defense types, Gentle Fist Body Blow takes away the subs for a little bit. You also have Hazan Strike. Healer types even have it with the Sage Art Purple Lightning now. The only thing that range types have, unless they update it, I believe it's the Phoenix Flower Jutsu. Whenever you hit, that's what actually takes away the sub. It's not the Phoenix Flower, it's the other one, the Flame Bombs. This one takes away substitutions, but range types don't really have a lot of jutsus that take away substitutions, and they don't really have many jutsus that are just going to completely destroy your guard. So I definitely would like to see something that takes away substitutions for range types, and maybe this can be something that they update with Temari's jutsu. And the last things on my wish list would be that this range types also need an ultimate that reduces the secret technique gauge. And I feel like this would be pretty cool if Temari's ultimate, while also, you know, doing the stuff pulling you in, maybe the wind style is draining your secret technique gauge. Maybe that's something they can update, but probably not going to happen. Probably is just going to be like a single activation jutsu that, you know, probably just deals out a whole lot of damage. So now we get into, you know, what does Temari coming to Shinobi Striker as a ranged mean for Season 5? I was not expecting her to be our next range type And since she is the range type, this could mess up a lot of predictions for people that they have for Urashiki and Baryon mode Naruto, because most people are saying, you know, they think they're going to be a range for Urashiki and that Baryon mode Naruto is going to be a defense type. But if this next DLC that we get is a healer again or a defense type, what does that mean? If it's a defense type, that means that Baryon mode Naruto very well could end up being an attack type. And if we get, you know, a healer type next, then, you know, that almost solidifies that, you know, out of Baryon mode Naruto and Urashiki, one of them is going to be an attack type. And I just don't know if they're going to do Urashiki as an attack type. He very well can fight close up, but it'd be really disappointing if Baryon mode Naruto ended up being an attack type, because we already have 2 different attack type Narutos, and that'd be our 3rd kind. So I'm very curious to see what this next DLC is, because if this next DLC is either a healer type or a defense type, things might get very, very interesting. But that's gonna be it for the video. I mean, let me know in the comments how y'all felt about this. How do y'all feel about Temari coming? Like I said, truthfully, I'm glad we got Temari. I'd rather we have so many characters in Naruto. Why do we need to do reskins? Y'all gotta stop it. Stop it. They can just give us Jubito's Jutsu or something like that. I'm so tired of the reskins. I want different characters. New people that we haven't had to the game. Give us Kaguya, Kojin Kashin, Kiba, Shino, stuff like that. I mean, I know a lot of y'all probably don't want some of these characters, but Naruto is too vast of a show. There's too many characters for us to just be getting reskins. If you run out of people, go into filler characters. Regardless, I don't care what y'all say. Some of the filler characters that we encountered has some pretty great jutsu. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you know whenever we post new videos. Stay tuned, because we will be dropping counters for Temari once she releases. But I'm going to see y'all next time. We up.